Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to Dolphin Fondling Simulator 2017. I'm your dolphin fondling host, Larry. And yes, we are back. We're back for more of that sweet, delectable Subnautica, which I have missed. I'll be honest with you, I have missed it greatly. So we're gonna get back into the swing of things here, and probably try not to die to these stalkers, because I think they want to nibble me.
New blueprint acquired.
Alright, yeah, he wants to give me a good old nibble. Could you not, sir? Could you not? I kind of want to keep my ankles intact, if it's all the same with you. So yeah, what's up on our docket? We need to get a base builder together, start building a base. I mean, it's kind of in the name a little bit, so I'm gonna put that on the old to-do. My object in my hand keeps, like, turning invisible for some reason that's a little obnoxious, so that's gonna be a thing. And, yeah, we're gonna also start looking for some blueprints here. Like, there's the Sea Glide one, so... that's one half of the Sea Glide blueprint, so I need the other half somewhere. And these guys are playing with, metal. And if I play my cards right, I actually might be able to get a stalker tooth from them. Because when I first played this game, you need, like, these guys' teeth to build certain things. But, like, you're not supposed to kill things in this game. You're supposed to be very non-violent, which means gently molesting them with science until they give you what you want. It sounds rapier than it is, but it's still kind of a weird thing. Also, there's alien eggs everywhere that are a thing, but my inventory appears to be too full. Ooh, here we go. Stalker tooth. Alright, that's what I wanted. Those will become necessary later, I think, for the calcium content in them. But yeah, that's all good stuff right there. Did I need as many of these? Oh, that takes up a lot of space. Oh, these things decompose now? Well, fuck that. I'm gonna go convert the rest of this. Oh, I see some of these still don't have, models yet when you drop them. But at least when you drop them, you can see what they are with a picture on the side of the little item box. Before, you just kind of had a bunch of shit sitting on the floor and you had to mouse over all of it to see whatever the heck it was. Alright, let's go convert this really quickly into silicone rubber so I can get rid of it. And then at some point, I need to go find some crash powder so that this place can be less on fire. Oh, and I could build some more stuff. I can make a rebreather with a wiring kit. So I can recycle my air and make it last longer. I can make a thermometer and stuff. Or a dive reel, which I don't really care about all that much, to be honest. I can make fiber mesh with creepvine samples. Good to know. And, you know, what the heck, while I'm here, I might as well... Oh, actually, no, that takes 3 creepvine, doesn't it? I was about to say, I was gonna make some more, some lubricant, in case I wanted to have some me time later. But apparently that's not going to be a thing. Who knew? Who knew? It looks like water and food consumption has become a bigger problem since I was last playing this game. Which I suppose is to be expected. And we have some metal that we have salvaged. You know, I feel like some of this could probably stack better, because this stuff takes a lot of inventory space after a certain point. But whatever, fuck it. So away we go! Were any of these things that I could scan? I think not. This all looks like just generic, like cargo boxes, which I feel like it could have stuff in it, honestly. Like, you'd think some of this would be like a random thing, but we do have this Sea Glide, not the Sea Glide, this is the, what do you call it? The sea moth, that's the one. The other animal fragment. And this one requires 3 pieces in order to do the thing. But at least they, like, give you one next to a crash site, because that would actually make a lot more sense than just having it in a random pocket somewhere in Narnia. But I can scan myself?
Performing self-scan. Vital signs normal. Detecting trace amounts of foreign bacteria. Continuing to monitor.
Oh, that's very, like, story mode-y. I like that. Like, there's now foreign bacteria growing on my body. But I always kind of wondered, like, in a situation like this, would foreign bacteria be a problem? Or would it even be bacteria? Because you're also assuming that the life on this planet has the same type of DNA and chromosome structure that, like, life on Earth does. When it probably doesn't. Not really. Also, this biome kind of gets cut off a little bit. Up there it goes. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so where, oh where are those little sea glides? Oh where could they be? There's some chunks hanging around over here. And I'm gonna touch that debris. Oh, there's another sea moth chunk. That's part of a toilet seat. Yeah. Man, they did a nice job with this debris. It actually adds a lot of depth and coolness to this game that I feel like it wouldn't have otherwise. And here's the bloodgrass field, exactly where I expected it to be. So that's not bad. That'll make my job of getting silver a lot less time-consuming. And apparently there's a mobile vehicle bay fragment here as well. Go figure. And a bioreactor there's a lot of goodies here. Holy shit. Color me various hues of surprised. I figured they would have spread that out way, way further apart in this game. Just because one of the things with this game is that, like, the progression in this game is pretty exponential once you start to get a lot of different equipment. It's a lot like playing a mod in Minecraft. And that gas pod just flew. Like, physically flew places. If you could not gas everywhere, sir, that would be great. Just so we're clear. And they also added these things, these shuttle bugs. These things you normally only saw in, like, the Arctic shelf over there. Well, that's added to the old listy list now of creatures that I'm aware of. Excellent. Is there, like, a reason to scan animals other than for my pure curiosity? Because if there isn't, I might wait off and do it later, like, off camera. But if there is, like, an important reason to do that now, I might just do that now. I'm also just now starting to get a little bit of a frame drop here and there when I'm loading terrain, so I'm deciding if I'm gonna need to turn down some of the detail later. I am running on a very juicy 1070 for a graphics card, because it's got some extra CUDA cores over the, like, equivalent priced 1080, which is why I got it in the first place. That's one of the nice things about these graphics cards. If you ever do video work, CUDA cores allow you to really speed up the processing of videos because it allows you to utilize your graphics card to encode them. And the graphics card already has a beastly encoder on it, so you might as well, kind of a deal. Hello? What have we here? A magic murder hole. I do like a magic murder hole in the evening. No more Sea Glide parts? Maybe I should go back to that other kelp forest near my house. Near my floating murder house. But yeah, even with, like, my souped-up computer, this thing is still pretty framey at times. Like, even when I'm not recording, when I was testing this earlier without saving at all, like, I was getting a lot of moments where I was just having massive frame drops. So that might mean something, it might not. Could you not gas everywhere, you butthole? I swear, you can't invite people over to your house anymore. They just do that shit. Super duper rude. Is this important? This just looks like metal salvage. Where are all my sea glides at, bruh? I need my sea glides. I guess I'll take this. I might as well. I'm also gonna need to decide how I'm gonna get crash powder. Because crash powder in this game... sometimes you get it from those dead fish and sometimes you don't. I'm not 100% certain I know the best way to deal with them. That actually, I might take a second after this episode is over to go and explore my options for dealing with them. Really? You guys are frickin' everywhere. Don't just gas pod and act like I'm the one responsible. Get the hell out of the middle of the map then, you little bastards. Although I will say, the best way to kill a Reaper Leviathan if you're cheating and building like a cage for it is definitely to use a bunch of gas pods. Could you fuck off? I will cut you. I will straight up knife you in the balls. Can you fucking not, bro? I need fins too. This whole slowly trying to escape murder is really annoying. I wish some of these creatures became less active during certain times of the day. I think currently they still just react the same way no matter what time it is. Like, it could be, like, adventure time, it could be peanut butter jelly time. I don't know, but they could really do with fucking off a bit. The sun is setting, yep. I did know that game, you figured me out. Could you fuck off? These frickin' stalkers, man, they're way- I mean, I guess I like that the AIs are a little smarter and sometimes they react in a certain way and sometimes they don't. Still kind of annoying, though, if you ask me. So what have we got here? We got more salvage. I probably need a flashlight soon as well. God damn it. Fuck you. I am gonna get eaten to death by you douchebags. Go away. Like, you don't even eat for keeps. You just have a nibble and let me bleed out all over the place. Rudest predators ever. At least when Bill Cosby nibbles you, he's at least taking you out and giving you some wine first. Shit. See, I get some more of these to make some more batteries. God fucking damn it, you little bastards. Alright, bring me back to the life pod, would you? Fucking stalkers, man. Alright, well, what do I need for fins, then? Just silicone rubber. So I actually have a couple of those. Let's make that now, before we have to run into this issue again. And luckily, at least you spawn back with whatever you had when you were last in your house, so I didn't miss out on too much stuff. Just some eggs and some other garbage I found along the way. Alright, that should speed me up, and then a rebreather, I need a wiring kit, so that's gonna require some silver. I don't have that yet. What about a flashlight? Just some glass and a battery, alright, let's get that, then, since the natives are pissed off at me all the time now. You bastards. That's a proper cave in there. Yeah, I'm moving a lot faster now. On the plus side, I reset my food meters by being a corpse. I got a boomerang fish. A little AirPod here. I gotta say, like, they did a nice job of making alien critters in this game as well that don't just look retarded. Because one of the biggest problems I always had with, like, some of the shows that came out of National Geographic that they made in conjunction with NASA, like a visit to another world type of a deal, was that they always kind of seemed unrealistic. Like, you'd have like a four-legged animal that would somehow grow and develop with its front legs and its back legs fused. There doesn't really seem to be an evolutionary basis for that, so I don't really know why you'd assume that that would ever exist. But everything in this game kind of looks like it would exist for a reason or have a place within the environment, which makes a whole heck of a lot more sense. And considering this game isn't really meant to be educational, it's kind of sad that, like, National Geographic at the time, with its cheap CGI, had those problems. So let's see, copper, copper, copper. Where are you, my children? I got a creature egg. So I guess you can get eggs from most of the animals in this game now, and put them into like an aquarium. I don't know if that's for the purposes of farming them, or if it's to study them, if you can unlock some, like, research later. I'd be very curious, like, what the eventual goal is. And I wonder... I've been doing indie interviews, or game developer interviews again, with various sized developers. I wonder if the Subnautica people would be interesting in talking about their overall, like, eventual goal with where they're taking this game. I'm sure they wouldn't want to spoil anything that they're working on for an update, but at the same time, I think you've got room for maneuvering. Also, what is this? This looks important. Oh, it's a life pod. Can I go inside of it? Is there a dead guy? Nope, it's empty. Oh, I can go inside. Heck yeah. Alright, I got the technology for a compass. That works for me, so you can find, like, little data pods. Alright, that's not bad. I like that. Seems weird that I wouldn't just go in through one of the hatches, though, but I guess a big blown open hole is probably easier to render into the game. In all likelihood. Let's say, I need copper. The only thing I don't like about nighttime is it's hard to see the mineral nodes, which is part of why I want to build a flashlight, like, now, as opposed to later. So, here's another Gary fish. You're for Larry to eat in a moment. Alright, well, I'm pretty soon I'm gonna have to, like, go on the quest for crash powder. So that'll be an interesting, journey. It'll be both a spiritual journey and a journey that'll get my ass blasted. Essentially. That's basically how I view a lot of things in life, like, how ass blasting is this experience about to be? And the answer is usually pretty blasty. Pretty booty destroying. It might not be your physical booty, sometimes it's like your metaphorical booty, where your feelings booty is blasted. There's a lot of booty references that can be had here, so no reason to worry about any of that. Man, I just can't get over how nice it is to have these new interfaces, like, the oxygen meter actually has, like, a little animation behind it. That kind of... it doesn't really parallax, but it just kind of sits behind the colors and the gradients. And the gradient changes as you run out of juice. That's the type of really nice, fine touch that I'd prefer to wait for, as opposed to somebody going a little too stir-crazy on the UI at first, instead of just working on figuring out what the UI is going to represent, and then worrying about what it should look like. Form should always, like, be an elegant following to function, in my book, and that... I know a lot of people, both designer and not designer, will say that sentence, but it's true. Just as a designer, you're kind of required or expected to do that more than the random average Joe. And sometimes, depending on what you buy in the world, you can actually get some stuff that is both good looking and very effective at doing its job. Like, I used to talk mad shit about Dyson products, for example, but Dyson actually makes some really solid pieces of technology. Like, I got a Dyson vacuum cleaner recently, one of those hand vacs, and it is so powerful that I actually was able to replace my hand vac and my regular, like, floor vacuum. So props to Dyson, and they don't look too bad, and they're really easy to clean out. I'm actually planning on doing a review of that vacuum cleaner on my tutorial channel when I get a moment, because... Oh, is that a reefback? I think I hear a reefback. That loud growling noise is usually reefback in action. Oh, hey, I don't even need to go on the bloodgrass field anymore. I can just get some of this stuff up here. Hell yes. Alright, I got some silver now. And that's like a big component in some of the stuff that I need for research. Still have not found that other, like, chunk of sea glide that I need. But whatever, I guess. You win some, you lose some when trying to find goodies. So I hope you guys are excited to be back with Larry for more of this delicious Subnautica action. it's gonna be a slow boil to begin with, like any survival game where I gotta like get materials, figure out what's changed, and then start to build it. But so far, I like that they've opened up more of these creatures in a broader area of biomes. Because before it used to be you only saw them in like a very specific place, which is somewhat true to realistic environments, but at the same time, you'd have a fair bit of overlap between environments that different animal species lived in. Like, you kind of get like a pie chart, or a, what do they call that? A heat zone graph, a circle graph, where there's a fair bit of overlap for different categories of creature that live in different areas. Probably a lot to do with the depth of an area, too. Because I know a lot of it, the big factor with underwater is how much pressure we're talking about bearing down on your adorable body. Now, if your body is already filled with liquid, it's less of an issue. Oh, is this not a thing? Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Now we can make a sea glide. Heck yes. Okie doke. But, it's pressure that is the big issue. And you take less, like, pressure is less of a factor if your body is full of, like, liquid and not air. Because air behaves in a very specific and often violent way when combined with pressure. Is this a thing? Oh, this is a vehicle bay fragment. I thought this was part of a toilet. I'll be honest, I wasn't really paying that much attention. So I guess I should be checking almost all the debris for some level of goodie. And then that is another sea moth fragment, and I want it, but also these sand sharks are assholes. The sand sharks and the little piranhas. The piranhas especially are a fantastic bag of dicks. Alright, there we go. Now let's book it out of here, because I don't want to die. So I feel like that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. You know, this is an oddly relaxing game to get back into. Like, I've never had problems just chilling out with you guys at home, you guys and gals. Oh, hello. Short-range scans suggest this grassy biome supports a lot of different creatures, above and below. Wink, wink. Yeah, I hope you guys and gals have been enjoying this series. I know there's a lot of different varied people that watch these. I'm gonna get back into this, remaster Subnautica, and then once we've kind of run out of stuff to do, I'm gonna do those funny things that people like to do, where I build crazy machines and explore, like, the top of the Aurora. Or build, like, an underwater ultra base where I can destroy other animals from my fortress of fonditude. So that'll be it for this one. Have a good one, everybody, and toodles fruitles.